Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair brought the drama and intensity with their amazing SmackDown segment on the March 7th edition of SmackDown. But even with that segment providing what appears to be big answers, fans still can't help but feel like something is still missing here from the entire equation. So let's break down the March 7th segment step by step and then go over all of the potential theories and plot holes that are still left wide open. This segment started off with Bianca Belair coming out to the ring dressed in all black, which even that itself is a big switch up from the usual vibrant outfits that Bianca wears. Another noticeable thing was that obviously Bianca just wasn't herself for her entrance. She wasn't twirling her hair and wasn't smiling because of the bad week she had. She witnessed the entire Naomi and Jade Cargill situation at Elimination Chamber, which really messed her up. And then even a few nights after that, it seemed like even her friendship with Rhea Ripley took a big hit. But Bianca Belair gets in the ring and talks about how she should be feeling like she's on top of the world right now, but how she can't feel like that due to the entire situation between Naomi and Jade Cargill. The next couple of things Bianca says here is very important and is one of the plot holes we will discuss later on. Bianca says that neither Naomi and Jade have been responding to her texts and calls all week long. Bianca Belair even acknowledged that people were starting to accuse her herself of being behind the Jade Cargill attack. So she needs Naomi to come out right now and tell her the truth. Out came Naomi to the ring with a neck brace. Something else that is important here that fans pointed out is that Bianca and Naomi's outfits are still matching. Is that itself a clue to a much bigger twist? That they're still plotting together? We'll get to that as well in just a bit. But Bianca asks Naomi for a straight answer, but Naomi keeps beating around the bush. Naomi says that she fully believes Jade Cargill was piggybacking off of Bianca Belair in every single way throughout 2024. Naomi's main reasoning was that their group was supposed to be a big three, but that Jade Cargill leached off of Bianca Belair and the two of them took off and left Naomi all by herself as an afterthought. Naomi says she doesn't give a damn about Jade Cargill because deep down, Jade Cargill doesn't give a damn about Bianca Belair. Naomi eventually confesses to doing the attack, saying that she did it for Bianca Belair. Naomi felt like Bianca Belair needed a true friend by her side instead of Jade Cargill, who Naomi felt like was a fake friend who was only using Bianca Belair as a stepping stool to elevate herself in the company, and that Jade never actually valued her friendship with Bianca Belair, that Jade was just using Bianca for her own personal selfish benefits. That's why Naomi felt like taking out Jade Cargill would be, in a sense, doing Bianca Belair a big favor to get that leech away from her. Bianca Belair steps out of the ring, and Naomi goes off calling Bianca ungrateful and how she wishes she would have pushed Jade Cargill down even harder during that night of the attack. Jade Cargill finally arrives to the arena herself. She briefly stands next to Bianca Belair and exchanges a quick glance at her, and Bianca gives Jade the clearance to fully go after Naomi, which she does and once again takes out Naomi. This segment itself was masterful and was truly amazing, especially for the fans that were so deeply invested in the story. The segment gave you everything you were looking for, and not to mention the absolutely jaw-dropping amazing acting from Bianca Belair and Naomi. Their acting, the way Naomi was able to cry on demand, it just added a sense of realism to the entire storyline. It did not come off as feeling cheap. It came off as some real emotion and real deep drama. So all hats off to the women involved here for bringing the moment alive in such a great and passionate way for the audience. But as much as we've been absolutely loving the storyline here on Wrestling World CC, we got to look at its flaws as well, and it has quite a few of them. The first one obviously being Jade Cargill's lack of communication to specifically Bianca Belair. We get why Jade Cargill was avoiding getting in touch with Naomi, that makes sense, but if Jade Cargill was fully aware from the start that Naomi did it, why couldn't she have simply texted Bianca Belair with the information she knew about what Naomi had done? If Jade truly cared about Bianca and her well-being, wouldn't Jade text Bianca right away, back in November, to be careful with Naomi and tell her everything that happened? Same thing even with the days following Jade Cargill's Elimination Chamber return. Why was Jade Cargill ignoring Bianca Belair's phone calls and text messages? If Jade knew Bianca was innocent and that Naomi did it, why worry Bianca like that and treat her like that unless Jade still has the jury out on Bianca's involvement? Then that makes sense. But why couldn't Jade simply answer one of Bianca's texts following Elimination Chamber if it was Naomi who did it after all? So that whole part of Jade Cargill ignoring Bianca Belair's text and calls makes no sense at this current moment in time, and maybe it will make sense with a future reveal, but at least for now, with the portrayal that Bianca is innocent, That part of the story does not make sense. Another thing that doesn't make sense, and this was actually brought up by Liv Morgan herself, is that why, after all this time about lying about the attack and framing other people, why does Naomi choose to suddenly admit to the attack when she knows Jade Cargill is around to hear it? Naomi was framing other people, pushing the blame onto others, but now she wants to confess it to the world? Well, this leads us to the most bizarre new fan theory twist for this storyline, and that's the fact that, yes, Naomi did play a role in the attack, but the actual mastermind in the attack is forcing Naomi to take the full fall. And fans suspect that the mastermind here that's forcing Naomi to take the fall is none other than Bianca Belair. Maybe Bianca Belair had a role in the attack. Maybe Bianca was even the mastermind. Maybe she initiated this entire operation on Jade Cargill. Maybe everything Naomi said on March 7th was all the lines that Bianca Belair fed to Naomi and said herself. Maybe Bianca did feel like Jade was using her, so Bianca and Naomi came up with this scheme to eliminate Jade Cargill from the picture. And it was all going well until Jade Cargill obviously returned, attacked Naomi, and ruined everything. But the fact that Jade Cargill was not suspicious of Bianca Belair having a role in the attack, maybe that's what caused Bianca and Naomi to come up with this big audible and change up to their plan. Bianca Belair forced Naomi to come out to publicly admit to doing the attack and take the fall, so that Bianca's name will be cleared and Jade would leave her alone. It was a quick line that Bianca threw in there towards the start of the segment, but she did mention how people were accusing her of having a role in the attack and how she didn't like that. And maybe that's the truth. Maybe Bianca did force Naomi to take the fall so that people can get off her back with all these suspicions. Bianca and Naomi are true friends, so maybe Naomi agreed to take the fall so that Jade Cargill would leave Bianca alone, and so that Bianca can relax and focus on her world title match at WrestleMania without having to be worried about looking over her shoulder for Jade Cargill. Would Naomi do something like that for Bianca? Take the blame and the full fall so that Bianca can focus on her WrestleMania title match? It definitely seems possible. Fans also are wondering if we could see something similar here to what happened last year with Damage Control. During the Damage Control story, Dakota Kai aligned herself with Bayley against the rest of the group, but the allegiance was short-lived and Dakota Kai would end up betraying Bayley and turning heel with the rest of the group. So could we see something similar here to where the fake out is that Naomi did it all by herself and that Bianca Belair is an innocent bystander in all this? And then the actual truth will be that Bianca Belair is waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike on Jade Cargill and turn heel to once again reunite with Naomi and reveal that she was the mastermind after all. Some fans are also highlighting how everything Naomi said wasn't necessarily pure evil heel things. Naomi was speaking very reasonably for a majority of her main points to Bianca Belair. If Bianca is truly innocent, does she go home now and sleep on a few of the things Naomi said? Will Bianca let it sit in her head and realize that maybe Naomi did have a point with what she was saying, that Naomi was right about Jade Cargill using her? Maybe Bianca Belair will come to the realization that Naomi was right about it all, and she herself will come out during Jade Cargill and Naomi's match, and to everyone's surprise, Bianca Belair goes after Jade Cargill, turns heel, and realigns herself with Naomi. Fans just feel like something still isn't right and is still missing here. Everyone knows that the company's ultimate goal still has to be Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. Maybe that's a match for next year's WrestleMania. So if that's the goal, for the both of them to meet one-on-one someday, you got to wonder if they're saving the reveal of Bianca Belair's involvement in the attack for much deeper into the future. So that's the biggest theory at the moment. Either Naomi did do it and acted alone, or Bianca Belair forced Naomi to take the complete blame, and Naomi agreed to do it because she does truly want to see Bianca Belair shine and get her hands back on a world title. So we got the confession, but fans still can't help but feel like something is being hidden from us. Fans also think that they're holding on to the backstage security footage of the Jade Cargill attack because that video will obviously tell a much different story than the one Bianca and Naomi are selling right now. So fans are still holding out hope for security footage of the attack or a potential video from that mystery witness who did see everything.
What are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.